This is not a drill, folks. I repeat, this is not a drill. The mysterious drones have now invaded Brooklyn, and the NYPD is being asked to join in on this massive investigation now. And I'm just sitting here wondering, when is this going to end? When is this going to end? When is this going to be put to a stop? How many more cities, how many more areas have to be infested by these mysterious drones before we call in the exterminator? You know what I mean? It's like you're letting an infestation spread. That's what's happening right now. They started in New Jersey, and slowly but surely they're flying over different parts of New Jersey, portions of Pennsylvania, New York, and now Brooklyn. Of all places, and you know, out of everywhere in the world, or at least everywhere in America, you would think that New York and just this region of the United States, you would think that they would take this more seriously than anyone else, because they experienced 9/11. And look, I know these things are flying through the sky every night, and as far as we know, they haven't caused any harm yet. But what's stopping whoever is behind these drones? What's stopping them with packing one of these things filled with explosives and flying it right into a high-rise? I mean, honestly, if y'all don't know what these things are, where they're coming from, what's stopping someone from doing that? So yeah, I hope they start to take this more seriously the closer, these drones start getting to Manhattan and areas like that. I mean, they should have taken it seriously from the get-go. But I'm just saying, why do we have to sit here and patiently wait for something bad to happen? And they can say that these things don't pose a threat all they want. Listen, a shark in the water doesn't really pose a threat to you until you decide to go swimming, right? The bear in the woods is not posing a threat to you until you decide to go hiking and you maybe run across its path. A weapon doesn't really pose any threat until someone decides to use that weapon. You can hang a sword on your wall. It's not posing a threat until you take it down and use it for battle. So these things, these drones, don't pose a threat until they decide to pose a threat, right? Nothing poses a threat until it poses a threat. That's what I'm saying here. I know maybe it's confusing, but what I'm worried about is that they're softening us up. Oh, these things have been flying over New Jersey for a month. They haven't done anything bad yet. Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen. And who knows? They could just keep flying these things over. If nothing is done about it, one day they can decide today's the day. Everyone is totally unsuspecting. Everyone's got used to these weird drones flying over. Everyone thinks they're going to be safe. No one's worried about it anymore. Today's the day. I don't want that day to come. And I feel like it's blatantly obvious that these drones are up to something. And whatever that something is, it isn't good. And whatever the plans are behind this, I don't think the people of New Jersey, the people of Brooklyn, the people of anywhere want to put up with whatever may be coming out of this. So, I mean, I think we're past the point about, I hope they nip this in the bud before it gets too bad, because it's already gotten too bad. But I want to go ahead and roll this news clip because a lady who lives in Brooklyn was able to catch some of these things on video. Let's check out that video, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Well, that's right. The woman who took those cell phone videos lives here along 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. And she says she saw what she believed to be those drones over by the Verrazano Bridge. She posted those videos online, and now it's gotten the attention of Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, who represents this area. And she is among those demanding answers as to what is going on. Diane Atkins says she first heard a roaring noise and then looked out her window in Bay Ridge to see these lights, several in the sky near the Verrazano Bridge. She believes they are all drones.
They started to change from like white lights. They started to get like more like reddish green blinking lights. There had to be in total 10, maybe 12 of these things, and some of them came closer. They went over my building. You could hear the whir of the motor. They seemed pretty large.
Any chance they could be planes?
Absolutely not. Definitely not planes. And there were too many of them. There's no way planes could fly that close together.
Atkins shared her video on X, and Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis reposted, demanding answers from the NYPD, FBI, and Department of Homeland Security. Over the weekend, drones were also spotted over Staten Island, and we've been telling you about numerous sightings over New Jersey, especially in Morris County. On Monday, Pix 11 News asked Governor Phil Murphy for answers about the drones.
We don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing.
Last week, the FBI's Newark field office issued this statement to Pix 11 News. We understand the concern, and we are doing all we can to figure out what's going on. We truly don't have much information to provide at the moment.
I was on with the White House and Homeland Security leadership literally at the very top yesterday for pretty much all day. I'm hoping we'll get answers sooner than later. I would just ask folks to continue to let the FBI or their local law enforcement know when they see something.
What's going on in America? Why doesn't our government tell us what's going on in these skies? Is this the military doing active military things? Then let us know.
And the FBI says you can report those drone sightings by calling the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or on their TIPS website, which is tips.fbi.gov. We are live here in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
Look, I don't know if they realize it, but when the FBI and these other law enforcement agencies release these statements claiming that they're doing everything they can, that's not comforting or encouraging. If anything, that's discouraging. So you mean to tell me the FBI, all of these local law enforcement agencies, the U.S. military, everything that the U.S. has at our disposal, and y'all are doing everything you can, and the problem isn't getting any better? You don't have any answers. In fact, the problem is getting worse. It's like, it's one thing if you said, hey, we're doing everything we can. We got some leads. You know, we think we know where these things are coming from. We got this problem under control. We got this contained. But no, they haven't contained the problem. The problem is spreading. How is the FBI going to come out? Hey, don't worry, guys. We're doing everything we can. Meanwhile, now they're not just flying over New Jersey. Now they're in Brooklyn. I would like to know the process. When you say you're doing everything you can, what does that entail? Like, what exactly are you doing? Because I honestly feel like you could take some normal people, put them on the streets, and they may do a better job than this whole entire investigation that's currently going on. So all I'm saying is when I constantly hear we're doing everything we can, that really frightens me. Because if this is all you can do, and these things have been flying over New Jersey for over a month, now they're flying over New York, and you're doing everything you can. If you were doing everything you can, then these things probably would have been blown out the sky, captured, or something. I don't think this problem would still be going on. Now, I do think one of the issues may be that we got so many agencies involved in this case that sometimes that causes issues. You know, you got investigators from the police department, you got local sheriff's office, you have the FBI, you have other agencies that we probably don't even know is involved. You got the U.S. military. So I think there's just a lot of hands in the cookie jar when it comes to this story, and sometimes, you know, that causes problems in an investigation, especially when it comes to, you know, getting information out and stuff like that. But I don't know. Every day I wake up and I'm thinking, hey, maybe today is the day that this stops. But faithfully, every night, these things are showing up. And now the people of Brooklyn are experiencing this. And it's only a matter of time before it happens other places as well. We have no reason to believe that this will be stopped anytime soon because it hasn't been stopped yet. And I'm just wondering, like, what's the end game here? What is the true end goal? Is there an end game? Like, you're obviously doing this for a reason, and I think there may be multiple reasons behind this, but what are you preparing for? Are you preparing for a big attack on the Upper East Coast? Is that what we're looking at here? Are you finding out soft spots and sensitive areas, you know, kind of pre-planning an attack? Because it looks like that could be a strong possibility. But for now, let me know what you think about this down below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.